Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would show you another update to this Dreadnought I've been working on. It's getting closer and closer, but there's still more stuff to do on it. Been over the body a couple more times, more iterations of cleaning up some texturing. A little hard to see in the space here, but I kind of did another revision on a lot of areas of the body, try to get a little bit more texture detail into it, fix a lot of flaws. There's still more flaws. There's still more texturing to do on the body of it. But I want to show you all the some of these new areas that I've been working on. Guess we'll just buzz in here and start with the bridge. A lot of these areas are not fully finished, and I've been purposely leaving out decorative things for the most part. I put in a couple screens here, but I've got a lot of very vacant rooms right now with not much going on in them, and I'm holding off the decorative items until I have all the rooms and the walls complete. In this case, uh, so I know how much I can add in and where. But yeah, it's important to have the walls and everything, the ship finish off before I start freaking out putting in fancy stuff that especially doesn't do anything. Now, I do intend on throwing in a teleporter as well. That'll probably be in this bridge area or possibly a couple rooms below. I'm not sure yet. This is a pretty nice location, though. I think I could build out something here to hold a teleporter nicely and have the sensor in place and everything. Speaking of sensors, I don't have any in the ship right now, so we're getting light bleed through all over the place. And I'm using pretty high intensity lights for the most part, trying to be as sparing as possible with the light counts. Um, Before I move on to, I'll show you where I'm at right now in size class. We're at size class 21.49. Now, the max limit of the server I wanted to bring this into is size class 21. I thought it was 24, but it's 21. However, talking to server admin as well as Excalibur himself, they would make an exception for the ship. So I'm going to stick with my original target goal of size class 24, which should allow me enough to try to finish up the areas that are not done and add in some decorative items and things like that into the ship. So we've got a bridge. I did kind of go over the room below the bridge. And you'll notice this with almost every room I'm going to show you that they're like, there's hardly anything in them. They're just walls and ceiling and floor and some lights. And that hopefully will change and start looking more interesting once I can get some LCDs and decorative things in place. Again, I'm just holding off on that until later. I got this little room that kind of rushes out here to the front landing pad. No big deal there. Um, the secure bridge is a little bit more textured and lit. Again, no, I'll quit saying it about the decorative stuff, but keep in mind, almost all the rooms are going to have more stuff in them. It's just right now they don't. So pretty barren and plain. We got our two core rooms over here. I was thinking about making modification and extending this wall out a little further this way. There's a lot of space here, and making the core rooms a little bigger. I think that might be helpful, and also potentially have like an area for some hamsters. Long story there, but yeah, I know for the most part people aren't going to be concerned about putting hamsters in their ship, but this one might have a an area to put hamsters. I've kind of been working on some other hallways around the ship. Obviously, this size has issues. There's this big, oh, I'm missing a block there. It's, with the actual lights, it's supposed to look a little bit more like this. I've got some miscellaneous, like, rooms that just have nothing, no walls or anything going on yet. So, I'm working on those. Heading into this section here is a kind of a big cafeteria area. And this, if you follow this on through, this goes up to the area I've showed before, which is kind of like the prison or detention center. Got a couple side rooms over here that I gotta do something with on either side. And this area looks pretty plain right now. Now, the reason why I've got a little color on the side walls is basically a question I wanted to ask whoever's watching this. What do you think about a little color in the ship? Now, right now, being an Imperial type ship of Star Wars, they're pretty void of color as far as I know. Um, so I've been going pretty hardcore black and white. I think I could enhance the visuals a little bit in the ship in places by adding smidgens of color. So I just kind of curious on your thoughts on that. I don't think it's necessarily great for the lure, but there's like, I could add in like a little, not that I'm saying I'm going to do it here, but I could add in like a little red, or I could put in a little blue or whatever in certain places in the ship, just to give it a little accent color. I think it could be kind of neat. But I'm just curious on your thoughts on that. It's not like a big deal one way or the other. I don't mind it in the straight black and white. It kind of gets a little bit monotonous. That the fact that I don't have different colored rooms and things like that. Um, so another area that has been redone, well built out, is the opposite side of where the warp core is. This is the shield, excuse me, the shield room. So I got a shield and taxi tank. There's a Wi-Fi emplacement over here. I put in another big generator, and it's got areas for 3 small generators, and then you have a gravity generator back over here. So this room is kind of complete. On the opposite side over here is the warp room. It's a different layout and a different room entirely. I also did add a gravity generator on this side. And I thought I put in Wi-Fi somewhere. Did I not put in Wi-Fi? Uh-oh. Okay, well, note to self, put in Wi-Fi on this side. Then I kind of worked on this lower section. Now this area was kind of miserable because it's full of Xeno and thrusters and tight spaces. So there's not a lot I could do with it, but I did try to make it look more interesting than what it was. I actually think I might use a red light down in these sections too. So there's this little area, then it kind of goes down for more thruster access down to this room over here, which is in part in place because if you're walking through the main thruster room here and you decide you want to fall or leap over the side, I didn't want you to be trapped, even though you could probably jetpack out of there, but there's actually a walkway where you can like get back out and whatnot. And if you take the elevator all the way down, it returns back to the hangar section. God, so I think that's all the new areas and kind of where I'm at. I'm down to some sections that I just need to be finished off yet. A few rooms here and there. Oh, the crew area. I almost forgot about the crew area. Coming off from this angled hallway thingy, I'm missing a block. Into here, you've got this crew section. This is going to be the idea would be some rooms for executives and things like that, and just kind of a mass crew area. Then it wraps around the cafeteria area all the way to the other side of the ship over here, and that would fill in that section. So beyond that, beyond a couple miscellaneous rooms here and there. A lot of rooms need tweaking and detailing, deco, lighting, LCDs, stuff like that. But for the most part, all but about 3 or 4 rooms in the ship have been finished off now. And the rooms that haven't been fully finished off aren't significant. They're getting smaller. The biggest room area I got to work on is the crew section. And then let's see, out in the front lower hangar here, I do have to do something with these areas here too. These kind of side overlooks over the hangar on either side of it. But that is about it right now on where I'm at. And I'll keep on chugging away at this, but I don't think I'm gonna make even releasing it this weekend. It's Tuesday already. Even if I go at my current pace of putting about 4 hours a day into it, I don't think I'll have it done and ready to release by this weekend. Doesn't mean I'm not working on it. It's got to be right, and I want to try to make it as nice as I can. the size class factor kind of sucks. I would probably do several things different in the ship if size class wasn't really a thing. I would have used different blocks in places. I would have done a lot of things a little differently, and probably had deco stuff already in these rooms. But right now, yeah, target goal, size class 24. I got about 3 size classes to work with. So I'm okay with that. Spec-wise, we're looking at, uh, well, the size class 21.49 right now. Um, and, well, it's expensive. It's going to use a lot of CPU. Don't mind the one human crew that will be removed, as well as the grow plots. I'll have to, that's another project I got to do is replace the grow plots with filler blocks and try to make it pretty. And then I gotta revise all the turrets and stuff like that, figure out what its final CPU is going to be. Right now, it's a hypothetical number. I put in more cores than what I'm using at the time, but again, I got a whole lot of cannon turrets that are not going to be cannon turrets anymore, so that's going to start sucking up a lot of CPU. And we'll see how things come out. Also, I need to add a teleporter, some more Wi-Fi's in places, and just miscellaneous other things. But yeah, it's a pretty significant project. I would, just according to size class, this would be the second largest ship that I've decided to make. First being the Leviathan. Close runner-up would be the Creel war carrier, or Overseer war carrier, which is I think also a size class 19. Which is the same size as the Acepolis, which was another pretty big project. All right, well, anyway, that's almost all what I've got. I almost forgot about this little guy. Blast from the Past, the Nomad-XT. This was converted and kind of redone for Reforged Eden by Idle Groot. And this is the version. Just take a look at some specs here. You can see that it is Reforged Eden CPU compliant at tier 4. So the original Nomad was built predating weights and volumes, the container controller systems, and so many other things that were added into the game later. So this was kind of like converting it over to be usable in game again. So that is that. It's got a lot more color than I had in it originally, and kind of neat windows on the side here. It's got quite a lot of storage and production capability stock. As in storage, I think it's actually running 6 320 or near 320 or maybe even more than that. So we got about almost 320 on the ammo controller. And then I know there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 320 storage controllers on it. And then it looks like we also got this output controller over here of 320 and a harvest controller of 320. Supplies another 112K there. This thing's got a lot of storage on it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus another 112. So yeah, it's got a lot of storage. And it's hardened steel construction on the hull. I was looking at its lift thrust. It looks like we've got a couple. Yeah, okay, so it hopefully can move it. It's got a couple XL thrusters and a couple large thrusters on the bottom side. So I think those could, yeah, I actually think I could probably move the load with that. I didn't realize, yeah, I had the XLs. The XLs are powerful lift thrusters. This isn't a very big ship. It's not combat steel, I don't think. Let me just double check that. But yeah, this looks pretty much like hardened steel all the way around. But this is up on the workshop. I will have a link in the video description if you would like to get it. It's also listed on the Nomad-XT Steam page as a modded version. So, All right, and that's all I've got for today. And I'll try to get another update in a couple days on this, and we'll see how it goes. It's getting closer and closer. Kind of excited, but I'm also kind of suffering from fatigue on it right now too. So kind of a mixed bag with me. I just got to keep on working through it. Once I get the last of the rooms done, I can focus on something a little more fun again, like maybe trying to decorate things or something. I'll probably get a little enthusiasm back. But it's just been a long project. I've been working on this for over a month now. I don't think there's a single day that I didn't do anything with it at all. And most days, probably 3 to 4 hours of time per day on it. So, all right. Anyway, y'all have yourself a good day. I'll talk to you later.